a better fish. Alright mate, try this side. That was a smoking first run. Just gonna tighten up on him a bit here. You can see how much line's missing from the reel. You can see just when it gets a bit rough how tough it gets to get everything else out of the way. It's coming straight back in for us. Just got to keep that line tight. And you can see that yellow line is just screaming straight across. Interestingly though, same lure as the last one. Pretty sure this is the hot pink. Whatever it is, I can see it on the surface there. Ah, stripy tuna. That's why he ran so hard. Have a look at the electric colours on the top, purples and blues. Have a look how streamlined these fish are. See those fins there? They totally fold away. It's like an absolute torpedo. Everything just made for speed. Now we're going to keep this guy for a surf fishing bait tonight, because they're probably one of the best bait that you can get. Fairly deep red flesh, a lot of blood in them. We've just seen a couple of huge tuna go cruising through. Double, triple, there's a triple. These are big tuna. These are very big tuna too, some of the ones we saw. Now we don't know exactly if they're the same fish, but I'm hooked up, Campbell's hooked up. It's been a hard day on the water.
We're going to do a little dance under here, mate.
And now it's all happened at once. Mine's close to the boat already. Just straight down, but I'm getting a lot of line back on him. Doesn't feel like he might be enormous at this stage, but might have been some other smaller fish mixed in with that school. Might have taken the lures first. And this pink lure was the first one to go off again. That's 3 in a row. Actually had 3 rods go off. One spat the lure. All on these Halco 190 diving lures. One great advantage of braid. It's excellent to fish with. You fit a lot of line on the reel. But if 2 lines meet, you might as well have just hit it with a pair of scissors. Alright, mine's coming underneath. Just going to free spoil him a bit. Coming underneath you, mate. Alright, well, hopefully we can stay on the opposite sides of the boat now. Now these outfits might not look like it, but these are about equivalent to a 15 kilo outfit. Using 40 and 50 pound braid on all of these rods. Which is why we've got the tuna in pretty quick. But now, when they get in that current and they get side on, you generate a lot of power and be very stubborn. There's no point really lifting the rod any higher than this. No point going up here, that's just losing power. Keep the rod tip low, use all the power generated in this part of the rod. If they go under the boat, don't be afraid to put the rod tip right under like this. Got to keep that line off the hull. He's right out the other side. Oh look, there's a tuna here. Oh, that's Campbell's. bad fish, mate.
Yeah.
Could be probably
Looks like we're back to square one.
15, maybe 20 kilos. Now obviously that fish has got to look at Campbell and he didn't like what he saw there.
Yeah, Neil. Drag wise, what do you reckon?
You can tighten it up a bit more, but unless you're in danger of running out of line. Now generally, there's only a single person hooked up. It's a good idea. I can see my fish now. It's a good idea to try and keep the boat away, get the fish up on the surface, get the angle more on a lateral level, make the fish fight harder. When they're down directly underneath you, they're very difficult. Extremely strong fish. Right, there we go.
Okay.
All right. Have a look at that. For a ripper tuna. I'm going to spear him straight back in. 1, 2. There he goes, off like a shot. See, a little bit more. Nice and easy. Okay, now get right above him. Oh, good boy. Righto. Now unfortunately the hooks on Campbell's lure have actually caused a little bit of damage there and we don't think we're going to be able to revive him. So we're going to have to keep this fish, but that's alright because there's plenty of people back in town who appreciate a few extra fillets.
Absolutely,
nice work, mate. Good fish. Well, that's not a bad morning, mate. Yeah, it was a bit quiet to start with, but as you can see it only takes a couple of good fish and that's certainly a couple of really good fish there. So we haven't got Shane with us to cook for this week, so I think there's a guy in town who might be able to help us out, so we'll get these. God forbid, we might have to do some cooking for a change. Alright mate, we'll get these cleaned up and we'll see whether we can get someone to cook it for us. No worries. One gearfish with Greek salad. Beauty. Beautiful. That's Kalbarri.
Roast to garlic prawns and good fish.
How good is it?
And Gilgore Tavern marinated bluefin tuna.
Fantastic.
Go hard, boys.
Thanks guys. Thanks guys.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Well, what a great way to finish a great trip up here at Kalbarri, enjoying some of the local produce. And there's a few people we want to thank. Laurie at Murchison Boat Hire. Remember, if you do a trip up here to Kalbarri, and we highly recommend you do, check out Laurie's website. You can get to that via our web link on adventurebound.com.au.
Who else, mate? Can't forget Shane and Shane here down at the Gilgore Tavern for cooking up this fantastic meal for us. And also our good mate Ashley for getting us across the river for that excellent surf fishing trip that we had.
Fantastic. Great place to come and visit, and we'll see you next time
On Adventure Bound.